Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 19 October 2023, Thursday night, 9 o'clock, time for a knife sale on the Apostle P channel. And we got a big one for you, and it's going to be a blast. Before we get into the meat of it, let's do a little bit of housekeeping as usual. First up, I need you to be familiar with and agreeable to the terms of the sale. I'm going to post them on the screen for you in just a moment. I'm also going to print them in the description underneath this video, so you can peruse them at your leisure. It's very important that you understand how things work and why on this sale. Also in the description underneath this video, you're going to see 3 links to previous videos on this channel. The first is called A Primer for Buyers. That's a 38-minute expanded explanation of the terms of the sale. In the interest of keeping you all informed and up to speed, that video will augment the terms of the sale and give you a visual and auditory explanation of why we do things the way we do. The second link, as always, is to my FAQs for Consignors video. That one is pertinent to you if you're interested in using this weekly sales event to move along some of your collection. It explains how this all works from the consignors perspective. And then the third link, as always, is to my rates and services video for the TheApostleP Knife Service, the original precision sharpening service for the online knife community. So in the description, you will see at the top those 3 links, then the terms of the sale, then at the bottom, the list of tonight's inventory complete with timestamps on the left, pricing on the right. You can use the timestamp to click directly to the segment in the video for the knife you're looking at. And in the pricing column, you're generally going to see 2 prices. The one to the left of the slash is the price of your knife as shown in the video. The price on the right, the price of your knife as sharpened by the TheApostleP Knife Service. There is no next day sharpening this week. I'm trying to catch up after vacation. So if you buy a knife to be sharpened, it'll ship in about 4 weeks. I think that's about it for the housekeeping. Let's get you the terms of the sale up on the screen, and I'll be right back with the sale inventory. Here are the terms. All right, let's get to it, shall we? First up, we've got, I believe, 6 leftovers from last week that we will price extremely attractively. First among them is this from Microtech. This one is the model 119W-1 DLCTSH Ultratech Warhound Shadow. Here we go. Full-size Ultratech OTF automatic. Closed length 5 inches. Blade length, 3 5/16 of highly stylized warlike black Wharncliffe. Nice gear pattern spine. Beautiful holes. All black handle. You do see the Tony Marfione signature. Button effort I'm going to call medium to firm. I think you can do this for a whole Halloween movie and not wear out your thumb. Serial number is hard to read, but it says 331. Born 7 of 2022. Blade steel is premium stainless. Probably M390 or 204P or LMAX, or you never know with Microtech. We'll call it near mint to like new in box. These are out of stock new. They ranged in price on internet listings between $581 and $709. We ran this one last week at $585, got no takers, dropped it to $540. For the weekend, it's still here, and these are fully out of stock. This week, let's go $510 like it is $540 with an ApostleP edge on the Warhound. Next up, from Hinderer Knives, we have a Firetac Spyderco Tri-Way in Battle Black and Blue G10. I like the Firetac kind of a lot. First of all, I like its slimness. Second of all, I like that it does not provide a lefty. Oh, doggone it. Anyway, it opens with a thumb disc. The blade is a Spyderco, but not by much. Very slight change in the geometry of that forward tip. You got 20 CV blade, 3 5/8 inches in length, 4 11/16 handle. The Battle Black looks like a tumbled DLC. You do have the Hinderer lock bar stabilizer. You have a steel inserted titanium frame lock. The ball bearings are installed in this tri-way knife. Blade centering is perfect. Action's beautiful. Condition I will call near mint in box. A little bit of coating wear, I think, right there at the front of the blade. These are out of stock. When they were available, they were $450 web retail. We ran this last week at $440, dropped it to $410 for the weekend. This week, $380 like it is. $410 if you like it with an ApostleP edge. That's the Hinderer Firetac in Battle Black and Blue G10. Next up, got one from custom maker Craig Brown. Comes in a Pelican style box. Comes with a certificate of authenticity that reads, the model is the Exponent, the blade steel CPM 154, handle material 6AL4V titanium, lock bar material, that would be the insert, right? 416 stainless, the serial number is 61. The designer maker is Craig Brown with his signature at the bottom. We have a super sweet little gents folder. Handle is in blue, anodized, bead blasted titanium. The inlay is Damascus. A beautifully squared off pivot to restrain the female side. A gorgeous milled titanium right hand tip up pocket clip. Little fine gear pattern titanium backspacer. And it is a front flipper. And there's your blade. 3 5/16 of bead blasted CPM 154. The handle length is 4 1/8. There is your lock engagement. It is rock solid. Ball bearing action super free. Centering perfect. It is like new in the box. It was purchased brand new from the maker for about $900, I believe. We ran this last week at $860, didn't sell, dropped it to $815 for the weekend. Still here. Let's go $750. As shown, $775 with an ApostleP edge on the Craig Brown Custom Exponent. Next up, we have a light from HDS Systems. This is their EDC LE model. Comes in a blister pack, which seems a little strange for a pretty expensive light, designed and built in the USA, but that's what we got. So, 3 3/4 inches in overall length, a 1-inch barrel. We have a removable pocket clip, or yeah, I guess it would be a pocket clip. It does not go the other way for a hat bill. It's restrained by the tail cap. Operation is tail cap clicky switch. Maximum output is 325 lumens, which is an upgrade on this light from the base. Uses a CR123 battery. Rechargeable lithium if you get the right kind. It is like new in the pouch. Price of these brand new as configured, $400. We ran this last week at $325. Got no takers. Dropped it to $295 for the weekend. It's still here. Let's do $250 on the HDS Systems EDC LE Lite, the 325 lumen version. And it's going to come with a big old bottle of Breakthrough lubricant and protectant. How many ounces? I can't read it. 100% synthetic, 2 ounces. Comes with the EDC LE flashlight from HDS Systems. Next up, I thought these might be a little tough to sell on a channel that does pretty much knife sales, but we've got a pair of gloves from Philleywood. These are the Gambit driving gloves, a collaboration with Triple-Aught Design. This is the cognac and chestnut color, made in California, USA in small batches. Notice the tag, made in USA of domestic and imported components, 100% leather. And there you go, Philleywood and TAD. I think these black pads on the index fingers are probably to make the gloves compatible with touchscreens. These are a size large, and I would say they run extremely true to size. I wear a large glove, and these fit me absolutely perfectly. And we have a snap closure. They're essentially a driving glove. Let's see if I can get the snap around my big fat wrist. There you go. Nice. They're in like new condition. These were $175 web retail when they were new. They are sold out. We ran these last week for $100. Got no takers. Dropped them to $80 for the weekend. They're still here. Let's do $65 on the Philleywood Gambit driving gloves. No need to sharpen. Haha. Next up, and this is our last leftover from last week, comes in the outer or the inner pouch only. I'm not sure if these ever came with a box. Monterey Bay knives. And there's a little microfiber cloth inside. The zipper just broke on the pouch, just so you know. High quality Chinese pouch. Anyway, here's the knife. It is the Monterey Bay Old Guard. Kind of their first statement as they jumped into the knife business. I think it's probably a Ray Laconico design. We've got M390 satin finished, nice drop point, thumb stud actuation, got my fingerprints on it, a beautifully crowned and very finely bead blasted titanium handle, right hand tip up milled titanium clip. It is not a frame lock, stainless steel liner lock, believe it or not. Does have what? Believe it or not, it's on phosphor bronze and Teflon washers with thumb studs. Thumb studs. It works beautifully. Perfect blade centering. Perfect lockup. 3 7/16 blade. 4 9/16 handle. We will call it near mint to like new in pouch. These are discontinued for a while, also out of stock. Sold listings on eBay ranging between $208 and $248. We ran this last week for $180, didn't sell. Dropped it to $160 for the weekend. It's still here. Let's go $145 this week, $175 if you'd like it with an ApostleP edge on the Monterey Bay Old Guard. Next up, the first of the fresh stuff for this week. We have one from Urban EDC. Again, inner pouch only, no outer box. The knife inside is the F5.5 from Urban EDC. This will be in the natural or brown canvas micarta configuration. We've got natural or brown canvas micarta scales, a gear pattern titanium backspacer with a lanyard hole. The clip is right hand tip up deep carry titanium. I've got no flipper. Just an oval opening hole, ball bearing pivot. M390 blade, 2 7/8 inches in length and beautifully satin finished. 4 inches of handle. Pretty nice on the rearward grip, really nice in the forward grip. It is a titanium liner lock. M390. Beautiful smooth action. Perfect centering. How's the lockup? Rock solid. Engages right there. Condition, I will say, near mint in pouch. These are out of stock. When they were available, they had a web retail of $229. Sold listings currently on eBay between $183 and $299. Kind of all over the place. Let's go $185 on this one. $215 if you like it with an ApostleP edge. That's the Urban EDC F5.5 in natural canvas with the M390 blade. Next up, we have one from QSP. Better knife, better life. Here is the knife inside, and it's pretty stunning, I have to say. So let's see. It might have been a drop version, looks like. The hardware appears to be purple anodized titanium. The clip is, what are we calling that? We are calling it a MokuTi right-hand tip-up clip. It is a titanium frame lock with a steel lock face insert. The blade is kind of a sheep's foot. S35 VN is your steel. 3 1/16 blade length, 4 inches of handle, so very efficient blade to handle ratio. Super sweet action. Thumb studs and ball bearings is your deployment and pivot. Lockup is rock solid. Action super sweet. Centering is dead down the middle. Condition near mint to like new in box. When these were available, I think they sold at $120, but they're gone. Your price for this one, $95 shipped priority mail, $120 with an ApostleP edge. That is the QSP Penguin, and it'll say in your description, titanium MokuTi clip, because they made lots of versions of the Penguin. Next up, we have one from Kizer. In my favorite Kizer box with the velvety, well, actually the inner box is velvety, and then it's got the clamshell opening, you know, and the little envelope with documents, and nylon pouch. This is the Apus designed by Hinderer. Not sure who Hinderer is, but that's the designer. Pretty cool knife. We've got a titanium frame lock with some carbon fiber, looks like a shred carbon fiber overlays, milled titanium right hand tip up clip, smooth titanium backspacer. It is a front flipper with a really accessible front flipper that even I can do. Your blade, 3 inches of S35 VN, nice stonewash finish, kind of a drop point blade with a nice little, a small little clip at the end for strength and reinforcement. Interesting fuller and hole. Your titanium frame lock on the Apus is inserted, but the insert's pretty hard to see down there. Steel is your insert material, by the way. It is a ball bearing front flipper. Nice and smooth. Centering is squared away. Action's beautiful. Lockup is dead rock solid. I'll call it near mint in box. These are out of stock. When they were available, they were $105 web retail. Looks like the internet kind of loves these. Sold listings on eBay between $91 and $164. Let's go $90 on this one. $115 with an ApostleP edge. It's the Kizer KI3554A1 Apus. Next up, as I crash product all over the table, is another Kizer. Comes again in that same beautiful box with the slide out. This is the V3575, and I can't tell you the rest of the part number because the sticker doesn't have it. But you guys will know this one. It's the Deviant in copper bolster and a linen micarta. So we got a 4 1/8 inch handle. Open pillar construction, as Nutton used to say. Thumb stud deployment on ball bearings. The blade, 3 1/16 inches of Bowler M390. Yeah. Stainless steel liner lock mechanism. There's your engagement. Lockup is rock solid. Ball bearing pivot, super smooth, super free. Blade centering is dead down the middle. The clip will be a deep carry stainless polished clip. Right hand tip up. Very deep carry. Condition on this will be near mint to like new in box. These are out of stock. When they were last available, they had web retail of $125. Sold listings on eBay ranging between $75 and $127. Let's do $80 for this one. $105 if you'd like it with an Apostle P edge. That is the Kizer Deviant Micarta in copper. Next up, we have our that's our second light in tonight's sale. All you get for packaging is this here Ziploc bag. You've got your magnetic USB charging cord in there. And then you get a cool molded polymer belt sheath for this Olight. I guess we'll call it the Javelot, Javelot. I don't know, Javelot, Javelot. You tell me. It is the mini version of the Javelot. 4 1/2 inch length. Let's see. The large part of the barrel at the business end is 1 9/16. The main part of the barrel is 1 1/8. You got a green hard anodized aluminum barrel. You have tail cap clicky switch actuation. And the lumens are 200, 500, and 1,000. We will call it near mint, no box. This is a super bright light, guys. Yeah. And the battery is, it's pretty cool because that button is also your charging port. So it's not a changeable battery. It's a USB rechargeable permanent battery, I guess. Near mint, no box. Amazon has these right now for $100. On this one, let's do 70. No need to sharpen. On the Olight Javelot Javelot Mini. Next up, our second Hinderer in tonight's sale. This is Maximus. It is essentially a folding Roman gladius profile. If you want to see what gladius looks like, look at my right arm. Okay, here we look at that. Kind of a stylized coffin, self-guard on both sides, which is also your flipper. We have a bayonet ground blade in 20 CV, 3 1/2 inches in length. We have what I'm going to call a titanium frame lock with G10 overlays, much like the ZT393. The clip will be ambidextrous tip up with a fill tab for the lefty. There is your engagement on the non-inserted titanium frame lock. They did it the old-fashioned way with carburization, and it works perfectly. There's 0 slip, 0 stick. Action is perfect. I think it is a tri-way pivot. Blade centering is dead down the middle. So behind the 3 1/2 inch blade, you got a 4 11/16 handle. Actually, pretty sweet ergonomics. Kind of a squared away knife from Hinderer, I gotta say. It has been touched up. You may see that in the edge bevel. We're going to call it near mint in box. These are discontinued and out of stock. They did not last long. Web retail when they were available was $425. This one can be yours at $350 like it is. $380 with an ApostleP edge. That is the Hinderer Maximus. Next up, I teased you guys about this knife yesterday. It is very cool. From Emerson Knives, we have a Hattin SF in brown micarta. I would call it natural canvas. It is serialized number 23, and there were 60 of these made. 60. It is an old school Emerson, boys. There are your micarta scales. There is your tumble polished Emerson clip. We do have a red paracord lanyard with a bead. And I believe the bead and the disc came from the same place. Deus Volt. I think the bead and the disc were over $100, if I remember correctly. Deployment will be either by that Deus Volt brass disc or the Emerson Wave opener. This knife is on good old Nylotron washers. Blade steel is 154 cm. Blade length is 3 15/16 of Persian profile awesome. This one has a, I guess we're still going to say it's a chisel grind because it's on one side, but it is a beautiful polished convex edge that I didn't do. But it's really nice work. Yeah. Blade length is 3 15/16. The handle is 5 1/16. It is, of course, a titanium liner lock. There's your engagement. It locks up dead rock solid. The action is smooth, and the blade centering for that chisel ground blade is pretty darn close to perfect. We'll call it near mint in box, sharpening noted. They're out of stock. Now, I could find no sold listings on eBay for this limited edition, but I did find sold listings for the PJ models, Black G10. No extras. Those are doing between $355 and $450 on eBay sold listings. We're going to do for this one $495, number 23 of 60. Pretty special Emerson. You Emerson collectors need to have it. Next up, I have one in a Steel Addiction pouch. This is a retailer normally of custom knives. Does not come with factory packaging for the knife. This is a Beg Knives Steelcraft Series Bodega. All titanium, blasted and tumbled, and then has the bright millwork done. It's got the milled titanium pocket clip with the ceramic ball retention. It is a full-size bodega in S35 VN with the hand-rubbed horizontal satin finish, and it is well done. I have a feeling this goes to the Wii generation of Beg Steelcraft, not the initial Reate, if I could be wrong, but I believe this is a Wii version. It still would have retailed for over $300. 3 3/4 inch blade in S35 VN, 5 5/16 handle, steel inserted titanium frame lock, and look how the ends of the screws are beautifully spun finished. It's gorgeous. There's your engagement. Action's beautiful. Centering is perfect. There you go. Condition I will call near mint, maybe like new in box. Your price, $200 like it is, $225 with an ApostleP edge, the Beg Steelcraft Bodega. Next up, I have a Benchmade with no box, and it is a discontinued model. This is a little fixed blade. It's called the 15200 Altitude. It is a super minimalist, super lightweight fixed blade. Comes in a Kydex sheath embossed with the Benchmade butterfly. No rattle. Nice break. You have a blade in tumbled DLC, S90V is your blade material. Measuring to there, I have 3 inches of blade length and then 4 3/8 inches of handle. Although there are no full-size scales per se, there is kind of a front scale in carbon fiber held on with a pivot screw essentially with orange anodized collars. It does provide pretty doggone nice grip. Even in the saber grip, not bad. So let's see. They're discontinued. They're out of stock. Sold listings on eBay ranging between $157 and $205. I'm going to call this near mint to like new with no box. And let's do $165 as shown, $195 for me to sharpen that S90V blade. That's the Benchmade 15200 altitude. Next up, another Benchmade came to the party. This is a black box. The 818 BK Mini Loco, which is the preferred Loco size. In my opinion, it's not that mini. So here we go. 4 3/8 inches of handle. Axis lock mechanism. Interesting back spacers, or standoffs, wouldn't you say? I would say. You have a Loco specific axis button actuation. Opens with an oval hole, and it does better than that, trust me. There we go. Pretty nice free action. Rock solid lockup. Blade S30V. Black Cerakote looks like to me. Blade length is 3 5/16. You get a ambidextrous deep carry tip up, Parkerized pocket clip with the Benchmade butterfly. Man, it is solid lockup. Condition, near mint in box. I detected some very slight coating wear, right up here on the corner. It might have had a little bit of duty, but not much. That's not duty, it's duty, D-U-T-Y. So these are discontinued and out of stock. When they were available, they were $208 MAP pricing. Web retail, let's do $175 on this one. $200 with an ApostleP edge. Benchmade 818 BK Mini Loco. Next up, another Benchmade. This one in a blue box. And the box says 319-2, but it's not. I think it was mislabeled because this is actually a 318-2 clip point proper. The -2 would designate carbon fiber, which is correct. This one comes in a hitch and timber leather pocket slip with a pretty cool elastic pen holder on the side. I'm not sure this would replace my EDC1 from One Star Leather, but it's not bad. Inside we have a knife. So it's a carbon fiber proper. Brass liners. It is a fusion slip joint, so a slip joint mechanism with modern materials and construction. Blade is a clip point in S90V, and the blade length is 2 3/4. The handle is 3 13/16. None of these have superb walk and talk. This has proper walk and talk. The pull weight's about a 6.5. The centering on this one is down the middle. Near mint to like new in box with that hitch and timber leather slip. The knife is now discontinued and out of stock. When they were available, web retail was $204. That's probably 30 or 40 bucks, right? You get the package for $135, as shown, $160 with an ApostleP edge on the proper. That's kind of a nice little package. Next up from Spyderco. Is this our first Spidey? It is. This will be made in Golden, Colorado, USA, Earth. Look at that model number. Anyway, It is a CPM crew wear, pair of 3, DLC coated, purple G10 scales, black hardware, exclusive to DLT Trading. Oh, I love me some crew wear. So yeah, compression lock mechanism, rock solid lockup, super free swinging blade, perfect centering. What are we going to say here? I think we'll say near mint in box. I think there was some very slight coating wear. If you can even see it, right near the spine, it's super slight, guys. Rub a little oil into that DLC, it'd probably be gone. Anyhow, these are currently available at DLT Trading for 187 bucks. Or you could just buy this one. All in, shipped, priority mail, no sales tax. 155 like it is. 180 with an ApostleP edge. That's in your inventory as Spyderco pair 3, PRP for purple, DLC for DLC, and crew for crew wear. Next up, more from Spyderco. This one from Seki City, Japan. It is a Delica FFG in Philleywood. Yes, sirree, Bob. Philleywood is a mahogany plywood product, and these Philleywood scales are gorgeous. Exclusive to Knife Center. It's all Delica from there. Fully steel lined Delica. Midlock with the Boyd dent. Polished clip, 4-way. Blade is HAP 40, clad in SUS 410. So you can see a line of demarcation. That is not a scratch. Lockup is rock solid. Action is nice. Centering is dead. Condition, near mint to like new in box. These are currently available at Knife Center for $156. This one can be yours, $125 like it is, $155 with an ApostleP edge. Spyderco Delica FFG, Paka, HAP 40 in your description. Next up, from Hogue. Man, guys, I had a hard time even putting this in the sale. I just want to keep it, but I can't. It is the Hogue 24379 Deca CPM Magna Cut blade with black polymer handle. Whoops. Man, what a great knife for the money in Magna Cut. So that is not Richlight, it is not G10, it is a black polymer molded that way. How about that? Pocket clip will be deep carry, tip up, ambidextrous. Thumb studs and phosphor bronze, boys. How about that? A gorgeous Olishewitz designed clip point blade. Beautiful grinds. Stonewash finish. Rock solid lockup. Perfect blade centering. I didn't write the dimensions down. Anyway, you got, I don't know, let's guess, a 3 1/4 inch handle and less than maybe like 4 3/16 handle. About 3 1/4 blade, about a 4 3/16 handle ish. Knife is superb in the hand. Looks like, ooh man, maybe 3/32 stock. Beautiful. Condition near mint to like new in box. These are available brand new at your favorite web retailer for $135. Let's do $110 on this one. $140 with an ApostleP edge. Hogue 24379 Deca black with Magna Cut. Next up, from ZT. Let's see. Experience it. The knife inside my favorite Sinkovich is the 470. I have a broken tab on the box, by the way. A super sweet, I will say, gents folder. Titanium frame lock mechanism, beautifully faceted from the mill. Marbled carbon fiber insert on the show side. Beautiful step milling on the chamfers. It is a ball bearing flipper. Nice, discreet, low profile flipper tab. Flips beautifully. The blade is 20 CV. It is 3 5/16 inches in length, 4 7/16 handle. The clip will be a spring titanium right hand tip up only. Steel inserted titanium frame lock. Locks up there. It's rock solid. The ball bearing action super sweet. The centering is perfect. The condition is like new in the box. These are currently available from your favorite web retailer for $230 MAP price. This one can be yours. All in, shipped priority mail, $170 or $200 if you want it with an Apostle P edge. The ZT0470 Sinkovich. Next up, we're experiencing another one from ZT. This, the 562 Ti Hinderer. Yes, sirree, Bob. No G10, no carbon fiber, just titanium on the show side. Beautifully tumbled. Black, deep carry, ambidextrous tip-up clip. Hinderer lock bar stabilizer, steel lock bar insert. Fingers on lock bar, and it flips beautifully. Blade on this one, 20 CV, with the slicer grind, which is a spiral flat. Very difficult grind. Blade length, 3 9/16, handle 4 5/8. It is like new in the box. Current MAP pricing or web retail for the 562 Ti is $312. This one can be yours at $240 like it is, $270 with an Apostle P edge. This knife just doesn't ever seem to want to go out of production. Why? Because it's a great knife. Get a deal on yours today. The ZT0562 Ti Hinderer. Next up, we have a manual flipper from ProTech. It is the 5201 Malibu button lock flipper. There you go. I got a 4 3/16 inch handle. I got a right hand tip up deep carry clip. I have a button lock and a ball bearing flipper. Blade steel on this one, 20 CV, 3 3/8 inches in length. They call it a reverse tanto. Okay, why not? Lock up, dead rock solid. Action, nice and free. Centering is dead. I'm calling it near mint in box because I thought I saw a putty tat. I mean, a little bit of coating wear under the clip, and I can't get it to reflect now, but I thought, yeah, just a little phantom rub right about where my thumb is. Very slight. Let's see, these are out of stock at $225 web retail. Let's do $195 on this one. $225 with an Apostle P edge. That is the ProTech 5201 Malibu smooth black and 20 CV. Next up, we got a little run of Microtech automatics coming. Here's the first one. It is the 160A-10 SOCOM Elite Auto single edge stonewashed. Gosh. Oh, if I were right-handed, look at that. So you got a black 6061 T6 aircraft grade aluminum handle, hard anodized in black, TrackTech inserts, tip down right hand clip, side folding automatic with a stonewashed blade in M390, 4 inches of blade, 5 1/8 handle. Lockup is rock solid. The spring is strong. The centering is down the middle. And you better hold on to it, boys. That's all I'm going to say. Condition, like new in box. Oh, let's see. Serial number is 8760, born March of this year. Like new in box, these are currently available. Web retail is $321. Your price on this one, $265, like it is $290 with an ApostleP Edge. The SOCOM Elite SE Auto. Next up, another one from Microtech. A 169-1T Stitch automatic single edge. I think they're all single edge, aren't they? So I'm calling this handle color, I don't know. I guess you could call it aubergine. I guess deep purple. It's not quite black. You see the purple? I do. Pretty cool textured aluminum handle. Right hand tip up clip. Button lock automatic. Nice looking DLC blade in M390. Serial number 12093. Born this March. A 3 3/4 inch blade. It looks shorter than that, but that's what it is. 4 15/16 handle. Oh, it really loves that forward grip, by the way. We will call this one a like new in box. The lockup is squared away, the action's squared away, the centering's perfect. Out of stock at $433 web retail. Let's do this at $375 like it is. $405 with an ApostleP Edge. The Microtech 169-1T Stitch. Next up, and our last Microtech. This one is the 184-12 Glycon with the bayonet blade. Bead blast overlay, stonewash, nickel boron internals. Nickel boron. So here you go. Here is the Glycon. So there's your bead blast overlay. Here is your black hard anodized aluminum handle. Notice it has the tri-sided button. So you can open it like that. You can open it like that, maybe. Those are harder to use. And then if you pinch both of them, you can retract. Or you can just run it conventionally. So here we go, M390 blade, 3 3/4 inches in length. So both edges are sharp, and then I got serrations at the back of both. Stonewashed M390. 5 5/16 is the length of your handle. The clip appears like it could be ambidextrous. Yes, I believe it can. You might have to have the right tool. Looks like a large Torx. Pretty cool. And then your info is here. I didn't write it down. Son of a gun. Anyway, what does that say? I think it says it was born this March. The serial number too small for my old eyes. You might want to pause and read that. Anyway, it is like new in the box. These are out of stock. When they were available, they were $549 web retail. Let's do $475 on this one. No need to sharpen. The Microtech 184-12 Glycon bayonet. Next up, here's a knife with an interesting story. It's just going to come in this nondescript microfiber pouch. So this is the District 9 flipper. So when a company who would become Re-Ate decided to test the U.S. market waters for its Chinese replicator knives, they didn't call themselves Re-Ate right out of the box, just District 9. And this was the first knife, I think. So what is it? Well, it is a titanium frame lock with steel lock bar insert, ball bearing flipper. Blade is stonewashed S35 VN, 3 3/4 inches in length. Nice strong tip. The titanium handle is 4 15/16. There is your lock engagement. Strong. Drop shutty and perfectly centered. Flipping action, really nice. And it's got kind of a lion steel roto block, right? So you rotate the block, and then it keeps you from disengaging the blade. You rotate it back, and then you can release. Condition on this one will be near mint, no box. It has been used and sharpened. These are discontinued, out of stock, and I could not find any kind of listing for these. But it's got to be worth $150. That's your price. $175 with my edge, the District 9 Flipper Pre-Reate. Next up, we have the Rob's Pick in tonight's sale. And sadly, it's going to come in a Civivi pouch, no box. But I believe the card is in here. Yes, it is. Does that mean anything? North Arm? So what we got here, boys, is a Skaha II in stunning crowned satin finished blue G10. Plain pillar standoffs, a deep carry wire clip, right hand tip up only, and then you got this. Oh. Man, is it just me, or does that MagnaCut take an unbelievably gorgeous tumble polish? I think it does. Look at that. Anywho, 3 3/8 blade, 4 3-inch handle. Stainless steel liner lock engages thusly. Ball bearing pivot is awesome. Centering is down the middle. Flipping action is just... There's a reason this rather nondescript knife is so desirable. The flipping action is just exquisite. It's like R.J. Martin good. Like new, no box. These are out of stock. They went quick. They were $242 when they were available. Well, I found one sold listing with Jade G10 in the MagnaCut blade. It did $300 on eBay. This one, $230 like it is, $260 with an ApostleP edge. That's the Rob's Pick in tonight's sale. North Arm Skaha II Blue Magna. Next up, this one does come in a box. It's another North Arm. It comes with the letter and the card. How about that? How about that? How about that? This one, red G10, plain standoffs, right hand, tip up, wire, deep carry clip. It's a Skaha II in S35 VN. Notice the tumble polish on the S35, a little more matte than on the MagnaCut. There's your lock engagement, stainless steel liner lock, ball bearing flipper mechanism, centering down the middle, flipping action. It takes nothing to get these out, just nothing. Unbelievably great flipping action. Condition will be, I don't know, near mint to like new, in box. Not sure if that's the factory box or not, but anyway. Out of stock at $230 web retail. Sold listings on eBay running between $235 and $300. Let's do this one at $210 like it is, $235 with an ApostleP edge. North Arm Skaha II Red S35. Next up, our first watch in tonight's sale comes to us from Orient. All the goodies are in the box. In fact, in this bag is the original bracelet. It's an oyster style bracelet. All the links are included. This is kind of a okay bracelet. It's got hollow end links and, you know. So the consignor decided, why not purchase a Miltat or strap code bracelet to go on it? So that's what we got. Take it off the pillow. It is the Orient RA-AA0810N19B Kamasu 2 with that gradient dial. Man, is it good looking. It's like a black at the edges and then a kind of a brownish gray as it approaches the center. And then you have your faux patina Lume. The bezel is aluminum inserted. It's dark gray from 0 to 10, then black the rest of the way around. Indexed through 15. I'm sorry, it's gray to 15. The indexes appear to be embossed. The hands are polished and filled with lume, sword hands. Day date, F6922 Orient movement, 42 diameter, 47 lug to lug, 13 thick, 22 millimeter lug width. And your mill tap bracelet, also in oyster style. Screw links, milled internals stamped outside of the clasp with, what, 6 micros? Screw down crown, 200 meters of water resist. What else can I tell you? So the watches are selling brand new on Amazon right now for $191. This mill tap bracelet is probably 85 bucks. Just some very super fine scuffing and a little bit of desk diving going on in the clasp, but very near mint. The whole shoot and match, both bracelets, we'll say 160 on the Kamasu 2. Nice piece. Let's put it back on its pillow. A very handsome dive watch, dive style watch. Gorgeous. Next up, it's a Spidey. The box well traveled. From Golden, Colorado, USA Earth, we have a Shaman plane. It's just a PJ. Black G10, crowned, blasted. Kind of a light acid stonewash on blade and clip, compression lock, an opening hole, and phosphor bronze washers, rock solid lockup, free dropping blade, dead centering. So 4 11/16 handle, 3 9/16 S30V blade. We will say it's used and touched up lovingly. Near mint in box. Current web retail Spyderco map pricing $252. Or just buy this one, $210 all in, shipped priority mail, $235 with an Apostle PH. Spyderco Shaman PJ. Next up, from Benchmade, we have a 551 BKSN-S30V grip Tillion. Sand-colored Norl GTX. Parkerized Emerson style clip with some nice burnishing going on from actually being carried. Thumb studs in phosphor bronze, axis lock mechanism, S30V blade in black Cerakote. 3 5/16 blade, 4 5/8 handle. Rock solid lockup. Free dropping blade. Perfect centering. It's also wearing a really nice polished edge that I don't think I did. Doesn't need any help. So we'll say excellent to near mint in box. This model discontinued and out of stock when they were last available. They were $135 Benchmade map pricing. Your price on this one, $100. No need to sharpen. The Benchmade 551 BKSN S30V grip Tillion. Next up, it's time for some Russian knives. First up in the black box, it's a Shirogorov Quantum Gen 2 in M390 with the MRBS bearing system. Here is your COA. Here is the knife. The milling work on these, stunning. Just beautiful. And how the milling works with those stonewash over satin flats, just gorgeous. Milled titanium clip, kind of discreet and low profile. Large gear pattern backspacer with a nicely hidden lanyard hole. So here you go. Blade M390, 3 3/4 inches in length, and it is a stunner. The handle 5 1/8. Steel inserted titanium frame lock, locks up thusly. Nice little milled grippies on the lock bar, even the insert, for sure purchase when closing. Lockup is rock solid. Action is super sweet. Centering super perfect. Condition near mint in box. These are out of stock. When they were available, $11.50 was the web retail. And that was from an overseas website. Who knows how much shipping would cost to get it here, but anyhow. This one can be yours, $9.40 like it is, $9.70 with an TheApostleP edge. The Shirogorov Quantum Gen 2. Next up, still in Russia, Custom Knife Factory, CKF knives. All kinds of goodies inside that pouch, by the way. Here is your COA. It's an Evolution 3.0, made 8 of 2022, serial number 701. Look at that. Finely milled titanium with a tumbled DLC finish, I believe. You can see the pattern more than you can feel it, which is kind of a result of the finish treatment. The clip it's wearing is a Timascus clip. The original tumbled black, same as the handle, is going to be in this little Ziploc. So here you go. M390 blade, 3 13/16 inches long. Beautiful hand rubbed satin. And if you look, the show side pivot has a collar, and that is I believe it's zirconium or titanium. I think it's zirconium. I don't know. Kind of matches that clip. Pretty cool. Blade length, 3 13/16. Handle, 4 3/4. Ball bearing pivot, thumb stud or hole deployment. Very stridery, isn't it? Centering dead down the middle. Lock up, dead rock solid. These are out of stock. This configuration of the Evolution 3.0 would have been $800 plus. You can buy this one, $675 like it is, $705 with an TheApostleP edge. That's the CKF/Rotten collaboration knife, I believe. Evolution 3.0. Next up, I think I hinted about this knife in yesterday's heads up video. I've never seen one of these. It's from Koenig, and there's your model number. It is made in the USA. Nothing tells us on the card why it's special. It's just an Arius M390 blade, burnished hollow grind, polished flats, patterned, titanium handle, Gen 4, born last August, but there's something special about it because everybody knows the Arius is a titanium frame lock ball bearing flipper, so you just open it like that. What? It's flipper delete. There we go. You open with hole. There is your steel insert on your titanium frame lock. It engages thusly. Lockup's rock solid. Action is beautifully drop shutty. In the hand, the Arius stuns. Right hand tip up milled titanium clip. Did I cut myself on something? I did. Dang, how'd I do that? I probably got blood on your Arius. I'll make sure I clean it off. Anywho, 3.5 inch M390 blade, 5 1/8 handle, everything squared away and perfect. We'll say near mint to like new in box. Your price $750, like it is $780 with an TheApostleP edge. That is the Koenig Arius Flipper Delete. Next up, here's another save me from myself moment. Got a little box from Spyderco by way of Seki City, Japan. It's a Dragonfly II Horncliffe. I think you can make the case that this knife was born to be a Wharncliffe. I mean, just look at that. It's just beautiful. VG10 blade. 1 5/16 inches in length. The handle, 2 3/8 inch volcano grip FRN. Pocket clip, ambidextrous, tip up, deep carry wire. Centering is on the money. Lockup is rock solid. It is near mint in box. Map price for this currently available model is $74. This one can be yours. Double nickels, guys. $55 like it is, $75 with my edge. Spyderco Dragonfly II, Horny. Next up, we got us a special Spidey in the pouch. First time I've had this model in hand. This is the Subvert, designed by Natty Armor. So they call this a titanium liner lock, but I'm calling it a titanium frame lock with carbon fiber scales, because those are some thick liners, boys. Oh yeah. 20 CV blade with a very interesting kind of a bolo profile. 4 1/8 inches of blade, 5 3/16 inches of handle. The clip is going to be tip up right hand only. And I believe that is a non-inserted titanium liner lock. Opens with the hole, runs on bearings. Lockup is rock solid. No stick, no slip. Blade is dead centered. Condition like new in the box. These are currently available. Even a sprint run. Web retail is $420. Let's do $350 on this one. $380 with an TheApostleP edge on that 20 CV blade. Spyderco Subvert Sprint Run. Well, that brings us to the last item in tonight's sale, and it is special. I definitely teased you about this yesterday. Oh, it is from Oris, and there's a lot going on in this box. Uh-oh. Roberto Clemente limited edition. Wait till you see this. And guys, this would be an awesome watch, even if you're not an old Pirates fan, even if you're not a baseball fan. Look at that beauty, would ya? Oh. I'm going to take this off the pillow. So it is a Big Crown pointer date. Reference 0175477414081-set, because it comes with something extra. So you got a beautiful silver, almost pearlescent dial. Cathedral handset. Pointer date. And this is running about +3 seconds. I set this 24 hours ago. Beautiful split grain. What are we calling this? Veg cured leather strap. The beautiful coined edge bezel. I have a double domed sapphire crystal. Sellita SW200-1 movement. Dimensions are 40 diameter, 47 lug to lug, 20 lug width, 11.5 thick. It is a screw down crown. I did not check the water resistance. What is it? I can't read it. I can't read it. 2305 of 3000 is your serial number. and it is embossed with Roberto Clemente's likeness on the back. Oh wait, there's more. It comes with a baseball, but wait, autographed by the man himself. Kind of cool that Oris would do that. Clearly for the U.S. market. So yeah, let's put you back on your pillow. Let's put you back on your pillow, shall we? Yeah. There we go. Very near mint in box. Price of these brand new, and you can still buy them brand new, running between $2,200 and $2,500 web retail. This one can be yours for $11.50. $11.50, no need to sharpen. On the Oris Big Crown Pointer Date Roberto Clemente Limited Edition. And that, guys, will bring us to the end of another weekly knife sale on the Apostle P channel. Hope you enjoyed it. I sure did. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. Now commence to clicking.